A simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women.
Good afternoon. That's because we need to add this to the stream. Okay, guys, you can hear me now, right? You should be able to hear me now. All right. So I've been known to call you out when you're doing foolishness, right? So I think it's only fair that I called somebody out for doing a good job. And I promised him that I was going to talk about him on the radio today. So I got my BPL bill in the mail, via email. And I realized that the last payment I made was not reflected on the bill. So I said, what will go on? Because I had gone into actually the mall at Marathon to make the last payment I made. And so I couldn't figure it out. I called BPL customer service line. It was after 5 when I called, and she said, well, I'm looking in the system and I don't see where you've made a payment. So you're going to have to go into customer service where you made the payment. I said, okay. So I went in there today and I sat in front of a gentleman by the name of Mr. Walker. Long story short, apparently what happened was, my mother passed away in 2009 and the BPL, the bill was in her name, and I had opened I thought that account was fully closed, and because I said you couldn't continue with an account in the name of a deceased person, so I opened an account in my name, and apparently some of the payments that I made were going towards the closed account, which is still in my mother's name. So anyway, he was able to figure that out, and he called head office, and they sorted that all out, and now I good, because I couldn't. I say, what you mean? I make no payment. And I got my receipt right here. So I promised Mr. Walker I was going to talk good about him on the radio today. So thanks to Mr. Walker and all other, public servants who work diligently every day to give us good service. Not all of them are bad. Some of y'all out there bad now. Some of you giving people a bad name, but Mr. Walker ain't one of them. And I want to say my appreciation to you, Mr. Walker, for your assistance today to help me figure out what was going on. So yeah, that's what happened there. Okay. All right. So for those who couldn't hear on our Facebook, on our stream, again, I want to encourage you, if you are able to give blood, to go to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where Loretta Cartwright is in need of blood. She is the mother of one of the former Miss Bahamas contestants, Angel Cartwright. And Angel reached out to us asking if we can get the word out. So if you are able to give blood, please go to the Princess Margaret Hospital and donate blood in the name of Loretta P. Cartwright. And Angel, we are keeping you guys in our prayers. All right. So today is Wednesday. And you know what that means? Every Wednesday, we deal with a topic that has to do with your health. And on today's show, I am going to cover something that we all need to understand as it relates to chronic disease, because what you're going to learn in this show today is that all chronic diseases, all non-communicable chronic diseases, no matter what they are, sit on top of the same foundation. And I'm going to explain that as we go along. But you need to realize that your body is this incredibly intelligent machine that operates following certain guidelines. And like any well-managed or well-developed machine, the systems of that machine have to be working effectively in order for the machine to operate at its optimal level. And when it comes to the human body, there are three systems that pretty much serve as the foundation for all non-communicable chronic diseases. All. I don't care what disease it is. These are three systems that when they are operating as they should, then you are in perfect health. You're in great health. But when these systems start to go wrong, when something goes wrong with one of these three systems, then your body is going to start to degenerate. And that degeneration is what we call disease. So we're going to be talking today about the triangle of disease. And for those of you who have been following my show for a long time, some of this may sound familiar because I have covered this topic when I was on, other stations. But I can't assume that everybody here in Global followed me from those other places. So if it sounds familiar, it won't hurt to hear the information again. But we're going to be talking today about the triangle of disease. And this concept was made popular by someone who has appeared as a guest on my show, Benjamin Fuchs, who is a registered pharmacist, nutritionist, and chemist, who does an excellent job of explaining to us what is the triangle of disease and how it affects us. So Ben's talent, he has a special talent for bringing the most complex biochemical concepts down to earth. And in his triangle of disease lecture, he explains that the three connected causes of all chronic disease are, again, the foundation of these three systems going awry. So we're going to be talking about this triangle of disease today that really we should have been taught about since elementary school, but unfortunately we're not. It's going to be straightforward, very easy to understand, and hopefully will lift the veil on the root causes of what ails us. So the bottom line is, if we can get these three systems working effectively, then we can eradicate non-communicable disease. It's that simple. So in this first clip, we're going to hear from pharmacist Ben, who's going to explain the triangle of disease.
the body is a machine in a sense. It's biological, of course, but it is a machine in the sense that it's designed to perform work. It's designed to do work. And in order for any machine, biological or otherwise, to be able to do work, it needs one very important thing: energy. No work gets done without energy. In fact, in a way, energy is involved in the very definition of work. You can't produce a change unless there's some energy that allows you to produce that change. When we're healthy, when we're fine, when we're strong, when we're vital, when we're young, when we're repairing, when we're doing our business, when our body's working as it should work, there's plenty of energy around. There's energy in abundance. When we're sick, what happens is there's some kind of disruption in how the body processes energy. So in order to understand sickness, we've got to understand what goes wrong in the energy processing systems. Now there's three main energy processing systems. You have one system that's involved with gathering and accumulating energy. You have another system that's involved with storing and releasing energy that's been accumulated and gathered. And then you have a third system that's involved with allocating that energy. So you've got gathering and accumulating energy, you've got storing and releasing energy, and you've got channeling or allocating energy. The system that's involved with gathering and accumulating energy, we call that the digestive system. The system that's involved with storing and releasing energy, we call that the blood sugar system. And the system that's involved with distributing energy to where it needs to go for the body to perform its work, we call the adrenal thyroid system. The adrenal glands and the thyroid are linked together. And these 3 points make up what I call the triangle of disease. You can think of it as a triangle of health when they're working correctly, but in terms of sickness and illness, when the body breaks down, it breaks down at these 3 points. It does not gather and accumulate energy effectively. It does not store and release energy effectively, and it does not allocate and distribute that energy correctly. These 3 points constitute what I call the triangle of disease.
Okay, so the digestive system, blood sugar, and adrenal system. That's what forms your triangle. And it is these 3 points which serve as the foundation for all non-communicable chronic diseases. All. It doesn't matter what the disease is. It just means that it's a different part of your body that is degenerating, but they all fall back on these 3 points. So if we understand that, then if we approach disease with that understanding, then it really makes it a lot simpler in terms of how to solve the problem of disease. You guys know that as a certified holistic health coach, we are very, very big on not just treating symptoms, not just addressing symptoms, I should say, but understanding the root cause of what led to the symptom, because the symptom is just your body's way of telling you that something has gone wrong or is going wrong with a particular system. So if you want to fix the symptom, it doesn't make sense to only focus on the symptom, because the symptom is just sort of an alarm system that's telling you that there's a problem. But you got to fix the problem itself in order for the symptom to go away. The challenge is that if you only focus on the symptom, let's say you have a headache, and so you go and you take a painkiller. The painkiller got rid of the pain, but it is pretty much just covering up the problem without actually dealing with the problem, because what you need to figure out is what caused the pain. So instead of numbing the pain, out of sight, out of mind, but the problem that led to the pain still exists, and as long as you don't address the problem, you continue to degenerate, even though you masking the pain every day by taking a painkiller. To me, that doesn't make much sense. But this is exactly what is happening with mainstream medicine. They focus on symptoms. So as opposed to trying to figure out what is causing the symptom in the first place and dealing with that, typically speaking, mainstream medicine focuses on the symptom. They zoom in on the symptom. They say, okay, you're having a headache. Let's give you a painkiller. Meanwhile, whatever system has gone wrong that's causing that headache, if you don't address that, it continues to deteriorate, continues to degenerate. And then, unfortunately, the day will come where the body really breaks down because you have been ignoring what was causing the symptom in the first place, and now you have a much bigger problem than just a headache. So today we're going to break down for you these 3 systems that we need to be paying attention to address all disease. We have a caller on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Hello, Miss Malcolm.
Hi.
Miss Michelle Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
I say Miss Bahamas. You is our natural Miss Bahamas.
All right, you about 35, 40 years too late, but anyhow. But thank you.
I never too late because I waiting on the coming of the Lord.
Okay.
When he come, I go on. Until then, shall this earthly tabernacle be dissolved? I know I have a new body.
Okay.
But yeah, but I call concerning like what you was talking about. Now, our biological body, the reality is, and I know, and I heard the commercials and stuff. Furthermore, I went by Tiki Bar earlier today. You know, I asked the fish stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave me. I use that name.
Okay.
Yeah, but concerning what you dealing with today, right? The biological body. Would you think this is just a question? What you think is the first preference? I mean, I heard you say don't eat too much salt, don't do this.
Well, if you give me a chance to go through the show today, you're going to understand what you should be focusing on if you want to be well. Okay?
Okay.
That's what we're covering today.
I'm going to listen.
Okay, great.
Love you.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the triangle of disease and how all chronic diseases, I don't care what it is, all chronic diseases sit on top of this triangle. The triangle is the foundation. When something goes wrong with one of these 3 systems in your body, this is the beginning of the disease. What are those 3 systems again? The digestive system, and we're going to go into more details. The digestive system, blood sugar system, and the adrenal system. And as Ben Fuchs would have described or explained in the first clip that we played, it is all about energy. So one system is responsible for collecting and storing. One system is responsible for collecting. The other one is for storage and distribution. And the third is allocation. So you have to make sure that these 3 systems are working well. I want you to understand that solving disease can be simple. It doesn't have to be this complicated thing. I think we make it more complicated when we only focus on symptoms as opposed to trying to figure out the cause. And if you follow the pattern of this triangle, you will find that it will simplify the approach to health. Let's go to clip number 2.
Occam's razor, also known as the law of parsimony, says that the simplest and the easiest solution is always going to be the first one that you want to try. It's always going to be the best, at least to try it first. And the reason this is important is because if you have a disease state, say cancer, heart disease, autoimmune disease, whatever your particular disease is, it can be overwhelming. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin. You're looking at the symptoms. The symptoms are going to be pain. The symptoms are going to be swelling. The symptoms are going to be an inability to move your body. There's all these different ways that the breakdowns can occur. And if you try to treat your disease state at the symptomatic level, you're going to go crazy. And you're not going to be able to solve the problem. But if you understand that all of our disease states, all of our degenerative disease states, and all of our symptomology arise from these 3 points of fundamental breakdown, then it becomes simply a matter of correcting 3 points. You don't have to worry about the genetics and the molecular nature and all the different biochemicals that are secreted and all the different symptomologies that you're dealing with. All you have to do if you're truly interested in reversing a degenerative disease process is backtrack to these three fundamental points, the triangle of disease from which point all other diseases arise.
So if you haven't already done so, I want you to grab a pen and a paper, or pull out your tablet or whatever you take notes on, because you're going to get some information in this show today that's going to really help you to understand that you can be rid of non-communicable diseases if you take care of these three systems. And we're obviously going to talk about how to do that. What is important for you to pay attention to. And so if you do have a question regarding what we're covering today, the telephone lines to call are 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0271, or 326-0272, 326-0272. One more time, 326-0272. And Jason, I had that WhatsApp phone a little bit. What's going on with that? Okay, so the WhatsApp number, 824-9952, 824-9952. One more time, 824-9952. Those are the numbers that you can reach us on if you have a question about what we're going to be talking about today. So Jillian Bartlett says, I think it's supposed to be Jillian Bartlett, says, totally agree regarding a healthier lifestyle. It's simple, make better choices. Knowledge is power, but the application of knowledge is what brings results. And so a lot of people just don't know. And you can't blame people for what they don't know. A lot of people don't know. And so what I aim to do with this show today is to give you the knowledge so that you will know what you need to do to fix your problem, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's blood sugar imbalances, diabetes, high cholesterol, lupus, thyroid disease, cancer, whatever it is. Please understand, if you don't get anything else from the show, please understand, regardless of your diagnosis, all diseases have the same problem underneath: a degeneration of the body. And the triangle of disease, the points of that triangle, those 3 points, initiate all degenerative disease processes. It all boils back down to these 3 points of the body. And so during the show today, we're going to break down what those 3 points are. And all you have to do is dial back. So let's say you are diagnosed with high blood pressure. Just dial back. Okay, what led to this? Then what led to that? Then what led to that? And you will always fall back at ground zero to one of these 3 points. So to recap, those 3 points are the digestive system, blood sugar, and the adrenal system. And it's all about the management of energy, because it's the energy that your body needs in order for it to perform its duties. Okay, so Rose says, good afternoon, Michelle. Boy, if I didn't know you from ZNS, I could swear you was a doctor. Good show, keep it up. I'm not a doctor, and I never pretended to be one on TV. You know, they had a commercial back in the day. I'm not a doctor, nor do I pretend to be one on TV. Well, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not pretending to be a doctor. But I am a certified holistic health coach. I have received certification after doing a course on nutrition and how nutrition can impact the body's ability to heal itself. So I'm not just talking off the top of my head. I have received my certification from the Institute of Holistic Health. So I am a certified holistic health coach. Okay. But I'm not a doctor. I do not prescribe medication to anybody, because that's not what we do. We are all about nutrition and helping people to heal their bodies with nutrition. Because basically, Your body, again, is this incredible machine, but like any other machine, it requires certain things to operate effectively. So if you drive a gasoline car, then you know that you have to put gasoline in the car. It doesn't matter if it's a Lamborghini or a Cube. You got to keep putting gas in the car. And if you decide not to put gas in the car will continue to run until it runs out of gas. And then Lamborghini or Cube, you're going to be broken down on the side of the road. For our bodies, the main thing that it needs is nutrition. Plant-derived nutrition, not just any nutrition, because not all nutritional supplements are created equal. Some of them are made from minerals in their raw state. I will try to break that down for you. Your body can't assimilate it. Your body can't absorb it. So it's not about what is on the bottle of what you're taking, but it's your body's ability to absorb. And if your body can't absorb it, then you are not getting any benefit from it. So I'm talking plant-derived nutrition. You have to give your body the nutrition that it needs. That's the building blocks. That is what helps your cells, once that nutrition gets into your bloodstream and the bloodstream takes it to the various, cells. This is what helps your cells to perform optimally. So nutrition is what holds up the foundation of the triangle of disease, or the triangle of health, if they're operating properly. So the digestive system, blood sugar, and adrenal system. That's your triangle. And once we get that fixed, those 3 points, then we go from triangles to squares, the square of health. But you have to remember that you play a significant role in this. You have to make some changes. If you are doing things now to damage the triangle, then you obviously, it's not just about, taking nutrition if you're not going to clean up your diet, for instance. So we're going to talk about these 3 systems individually. And what I want to do now is I'm going to take a quick break. And then on the other side of the break, we're going to look at the first point of this triangle, which is your digestive system. So stay with us. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Last is love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company. Today we're talking about the triangle of disease. These three systems of the body that serve as the foundation for all non-communicable chronic disease. And those three systems are the digestive system, blood sugar, and adrenal system. Now, we're going to begin talking about the digestive system because this is the entry point. This is, okay, I want you to understand that your digestive system is where it all begins because your digestive system is what is responsible for absorbing nutrients into your body. So whether it be from the foods that you eat or whatever supplements you may take, it is the digestive system's job to pull from that food or pull from those supplements the nutrients that the body needs, draw it into the bloodstream. The bloodstream is then supposed to take it everywhere. It's supposed to go throughout the body, feed the cells that they need to, what they need to function. The body functions. All is well. Praise the Lord. But when something goes wrong with your digestive system, it starts like a domino effect. So it is extremely important that we pay attention to the digestive system because your gut is where it all begins. Let's go to clip number 3.
The digestive system breaks down first. And because the digestive system is responsible for accumulating energy, for gathering the energy up from food, you can see how you're going to have a fundamental problem if you can't gather up and accumulate energy. Your body's not going to have the energy it needs to do its work, which is why no matter what your health issue is, you got to start off with the digestive system. If you are dealing with some kind of digestive impairment, and rest assured if you have any other disease state, because this is the fundamental point on the fundamental triangle of disease, you guaranteed have some kind of digestive health issue, and you could take all the nutritional supplements you want, you can eat all the correct foods that you want, but if you have a breakdown at this point, the digestive system point, where you're not able to gather and accumulate the energy, nothing else is going to work correctly. So you got to start off with digestive health. You got to start off with helping your body accumulate and gather energy from food.
Now, you would often hear me say that there are certain foods that you have to stop eating in order to ensure that you have a good, healthy digestive system. And I sometimes I get pushback from clients and they say things like, well, Ms. Malcolm, the problem that I have with your system is that with your program is that you treat everybody like they have celiac disease. And my response is, celiac disease is only one disease of the digestive system. So just because you don't have celiac disease does not mean that your digestive system is not being damaged by certain foods that you're eating. Okay, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a minute. you have to realize that here's why this is important. 68% of deaths worldwide are attributed to a non-communicable disease. By the year 2030, that number of people who die each year from a non-communicable disease is expected to be as high as 44 million people every year. By the year 2030, will die from a non-communicable disease. So this conversation is extremely important, because if we can figure out what the root causes of whatever those diseases are, my God, that's a game changer, I would think. So this is why I thought it important to do this show again. This is the first time doing it on this station, but I thought it was important for us to understand why we need to have this conversation. Now, when it comes to digestive disorders, you may not have celiac disease, but you may be experiencing some other symptoms, not realizing that those symptoms are an indication that you have a digestive disorder. Some of them are going to be very surprising to you. Are you a person who has a lot of seasonal allergies? Guess what, y'all? Digestive disorder. Athlete's foot. Yeah, digestive disorder. Some things are obvious. If you're a person who is very gassy, or a lot of bloating, a lot of belching, a lot of burping all the time, well, clearly there's something going on wrong with your digestion. That one is easy to figure out. Celiac disease, we all know that's a digestive disorder. Constipation or diarrhea, it's a problem with your digestive system. Things like food sensitivities. If you can't eat certain foods because you have some kind of reaction, that's an indication that you have a digestive disorder. Heartburn, yes. Things like acid reflux, big sign that you have a problem with your digestive system. Check out this. Hiatal hernias. If you have a hiatal hernia, you've got a digestive problem. Indigestion, quite obvious. Irritable bowel syndrome, digestive problem. Inflammatory bowel disease, digestive problem. Now, here is one that may surprise you. Jock itch. Who knew? Digestive problem. If you're having stomach or intestinal pain, well, clearly there's something going wrong with your digestion. Thrush is a digestive problem. Yeast infections, ulcerative colitis, all signs of a digestive disorder. Now, I mentioned thrush. We know that oftentimes babies are the ones who come up down with thrush. And you ever wondered why babies spit up so much? Well, here's the thing. Babies spit up so much because God in his infinite wisdom designed our bodies so that by the time we're born, even if your mother takes you to full term, you're technically born premature. What do I mean by that? Your brain is still developing. A lot of your body's systems are still developing at the time of birth. Because if we had to wait until the brain was fully developed, the kid would be too big for the mother to carry, and it would be impossible for her to bring forth, to give birth to. So by the time you're born, there's still some systems in your body that are still being developed. One of those systems is your digestive system. So by the time a baby is born full term, unfortunately, that baby could already be having problems with the digestive system because of either what took place in the mother's womb or because of the state of the mother's health, particularly if the mother is breastfeeding, or if unknowingly that baby is being fed foods that are damaging to its digestive system. So as early as infancy, we are already at a disadvantage. Let's go to the next clip.
Nature has designed a system where human babies are born early. They're born premature. It's because we got big heads and we got big brains. So it's hard enough for a baby to come out of a female birth canal as is. But if nature had a system where the baby had to wait for the head to get big enough, or for the head to be completely mature and the brain to be completely developed, the baby would never make it out of the womb, or never make it down the birth canal. So nature has set up a system where babies are born early. However, because babies are born early, there are parts of the body that are immature and that take time to develop. One of those parts, one of those systems, if you will, that has to develop over the course of time postnatally after birth is the digestive tract. No problem, because nature has set up a way for this to occur. We call that breast milk and breastfeeding. And this is the main role, or one of the main roles of breast milk, is to grow the baby's digestive tract, which, by the way, interestingly and importantly, is synonymous essentially with the immune system. The immune system lives in the digestive tract. So babies are born with premature, immature digestive systems and immune systems. Now, if all is working accordingly, the mom will breastfeed, the mom will be healthy, she'll have enough nutrition, the baby will breastfeed, and the growth factors will come out in the breast milk, and the baby's digestive system, digestive tract, the intestines, and the immune system will all mature the way they're supposed to mature. However, we know that 1/3 of babies aren't even breastfed. And who knows how many babies aren't breastfed long enough? And who knows how many babies are breastfed with milk from mothers who aren't nutritionally competent themselves or who have their own health issues. And when a mom has health issues, the biochemicals of disease that she's producing are coming out in the breast milk. So many, if not most, babies begin their lives with compromises at this very fundamental point on the triangle of disease. Now, the digestive system, as we said, is responsible for gathering and accumulating energy, and energy is what it's all about. We can't do work without energy, we can't grow without energy, we can't detoxify without energy, we can't do anything without energy. And so right from the get-go, for many of us, we've got a breakdown at this very fundamental point where we're gathering and accumulating energy.
This is not good. However, the manufacturer of the human body is infinitely wise. And I think God knew that, we were going to be doing some things that could possibly damage our digestive system from day one. And so he put a lot of buffers in place in your digestive system. And when I say a buffer, let me explain what I mean. So when you consume food, goes into your stomach is a bag of acid. Your stomach is supposed to break down the foods, and then they pass into your intestines. And the intestines are where the digested food is supposed to go into. And then the intestines have this mechanism that pulls the nutrition out of the digested food into your bloodstream, and all is well. So that system, or the lining of your gut, is something they're called epithelial cells. And we're going to play a clip in a moment that's going to break it down for you. And on top of these epithelial cells are something called the villi. They look like little fingers, or, it looks like if you go into a house where there's a shaggy rug, all these little villi on top of the epithelial cells. The villi are actually what draws the nutrients in. It goes in through the epithelial cells into the bloodstream. When you are born with billions of villi. So God in his infinite wisdom gave you plenty. So if you don't do too much damage, or if your parents don't do too much damage in terms of what you're being fed or the mother's health or whatever, you still got a lot of villi left. The problem is when we go through our entire lives continuing to consume foods or being exposed to toxins or whatever that are damaging the villi, eventually you're going to wear them down to the point where you have little or none left because they have shrunk, where now, because the very apparatus that is responsible for absorbing nutrients has been so damaged and deteriorated, now you're not absorbing nutrients. And so this is how you make yourself a victim twice. because you're eating foods, and we're going to talk about those foods that are damaging the gut, but now you're a victim again because as a result, you can't absorb nutrients in the bloodstream. And if you're suffering from malnutrition, that it's like a domino effect. The digestive system goes wrong, the blood sugar system goes wrong, the adrenal system goes wrong, and you have a problem. So I want to play a quick clip that talks about another condition that is related to digestive disorders. Because remember I said, some people say, well, I don't have celiac disease, so I should be able to eat what I want to eat because that doesn't affect me. Not so fast. You may unknowingly be suffering from something called leaky gut syndrome. Let's go to that next clip.
Our intestines are lined with barrier cells, called epithelial cells, that transport nutrients from food into our bloodstream. These epithelial cells have tight junctions between them to ensure that no undigested food particles, digestive waste, or toxins escape into our blood and create health complications. Healthy epithelial cells are supported by a balanced microbiome of good and bad bacteria, which is supported by a nutrient-rich intestinal environment. Stress, poor diet, lack of exercise, and use of antibiotics can disrupt our microbiome and intestinal environment. These disruptions can lead to weak epithelial cells and loose epithelial junctions. Without tight junctions, undigested food particles, digestive waste, and toxins can leak out of our intestines and into our bloodstream, causing inflammatory immune responses, various digestive disorders, and changes to the normal function of the digestive tract. This is often called leaky gut. So what can you do about it? A nutrient-rich intestinal environment helps support a healthy microbiome, which helps support strong epithelial cells and tight epithelial junctions. Therefore, an effective way to help prevent leaky gut is to maintain a healthy, nutrient-rich intestinal environment. This can be achieved with whole food and plant-based nutritional intake, good eating habits, and lifestyle management techniques like stress reduction and exercise.
So we have to talk about the things that actually mess up the microbiome balance or to damage your epithelial cells, damage your villi, damage your gut. And top of the list, stress. If you have chronic, unrelenting stress in your life, it will affect your digestive system negatively. So you have to find a way to mitigate the stress in your life. And this is why exercise is good, because exercise is a great stress reliever. But there are other things as well. Meditation, listening to, soft, soothing music, whatever you need to do. Going for a walk or deep breathing, finding ways to relax the body, all can help to calm and soothe your digestive system. But a big part of this conversation is your diet, because there's no amount of nutrition that can outdo a poor diet. And there are certain foods that we love to eat that are destroying our gut, that are damaging our gut, that are really wreaking havoc on our digestive system. As I go through this, I want you to keep in mind something that Ben said earlier. Most of your immune system resides in your gut. So when we're talking about not eating these foods, we're not just talking about protecting your digestive system. We're talking about strengthening your immune system, which is extremely important. Okay, so what are these foods? Top of the list, whole grains, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Yeah, oats. Wheat bread, white bread, pasta, spaghetti, lasagna, rigatoni, all that stuff. If it doesn't say gluten-free on the package, do not eat it. With oats, I wouldn't eat it whether it says gluten-free or not. Okay? No barley, which means things that are made from hops, like malts and beer. No rye, because gluten damages the gut. Gluten, because, and you've heard me talk about this multiple times on the show, because it is it's a intact chained amino acid, and as that rumbles through your digestive system trying to be digested, and your system can't break it down, it's doing damage to the villi. It's rumbling through there, and it's damaging the villi. And the villi, when it's damaged, it can't pull nutrients into the epithelial cells. The epithelial cells can't get the nutrients to the bloodstream. The bloodstream can't get the nutrients to your cells. Your cells aren't performing well. Next thing you know, you got a condition. This is not debatable, people. This is not, well, maybe if I just eat a little bit. That's like saying you're a little bit pregnant. Either you're pregnant or you ain't. You got to cut it out of your diet. And understand that there are many options in the stores nowadays that taste really good, that you don't have to eat gluten. It's just a matter of switching brands. But if you continue to eat gluten, you are damaging your digestive system. And if you are damaging your digestive system, you are weakening your immune system. And now we know that your digestive system is one of the triangle points that leads to chronic disease. It begins in the gut. You cannot continue to eat these foods and expect to be well. Another food that you should avoid at all costs is all oils. Not some oils. All oils. All oils. Because oil, as it sits in the container, that air pocket in the container contains oxygen. The oxygen is, as it sits in the container, oxidizing the oil. And when you consume an oxidized oil, you are doing damage to your digestive system because it causes chronic inflammation, intestinal inflammation. This is not a good idea. So instead of using oil, and that obviously if you don't use oil, you can't fry food, eh? You all know how we love fried food in this country. That's religion. That's right alongside Baptist and Catholic and Methodist, fried food. That's religion for us. You tell people they got to stop eating fried food, they won't curse you. What you mean? What you mean? Stop eating fried foods. If it's fried in oil, it's causing inflammation. And inflammation is not a good thing. So that now means if I say no oil, nothing that contains oil. Mayonnaise is nothing more than eggs and oil. So you got to stop eating mayo, people. Salad dressings. Look on the bottle label. If it says oil, do not eat it. It's damaging your body. Luckily, you can get creative and make your own salad dressings without oil. Many, many recipes online. Just Google it. I found a recipe online to make my own mayo using cashews. Delicious, oil-free. So I still enjoy my potato salad and whatever else my tuna salad and whatever else you put mayonnaise in. Tastes delicious. And I don't have to worry about damaging my gut or inflammation after I eat that. You got to stop eating genetically modified foods because they are loaded with pesticides and because they don't have the nutritional value of real food. When I say real food, food that has not been tampered with in a lab or the seeds have been tampered with. And we heard in one of my previous shows a couple of weeks ago that the chemical companies, which own the pharmaceutical companies, are now buying up all the seed companies. So you need to make sure, even if you're doing your own backyard farming, that you get heirloom seeds, not genetically modified seeds. so that you are eating real food, because your body don't know what to do with genetically modified food. It's not real food. Okay? So you got to stop eating those things because they're damaging your body. And the gut is the entry point. It's the foundation, the first point of the triangle. Once your gut goes bad, it starts this domino effect. The gut, once that goes bad, that then leads to, there's this thing called leaky gut syndrome. The way the leaky gut syndrome works, let me see if I can get this up on my screen. Let me see if I can do that. I'm not sure if I know how to do that, so I can figure it out right now. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, let me see if I can do that. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can figure it out. Not sure what I'm doing here. Okay, that didn't do it. Okay, let me just explain it to y'all, because that didn't bring it up. It's got to be a way. Oh, I see here. It says share. Okay, share screen. Share screen. Let me see what happens here. Just bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen to get this up. Okay. Let me see if that's it. Wait a minute. Oh, just bear with me, guys. Let me see if I can get this screen up. Okay, let me go back here. There it is. Okay. Share. This should do it. Okay, so all right, there it is. You can see it on, for those of you who are on Facebook stream, you can see it on your screen. So this is what we call the leaky gut syndrome cycle. So you're eating these things that you shouldn't be eating. You are stressed out all the time. You have chronic stress in your life. You're eating all these fried foods. You know, you're eating all these oils. You're eating all these genetically modified foods. You're not exercising. And so now you're having a problem. So the first part of the problem is now you are dealing with intestinal inflammation of the gut lining, because you're eating foods like gluten that are damaging the gut lining, right? So the gut lining is now inflamed. So that leads to a problem. We already described how your epithelial cells are no longer able to function because the villi is being damaged, and so the nutrients aren't getting into the epithelial cells. So that now leads to nutrient malabsorption, because you can't absorb the nutrients from the foods or the supplements that you're taking, because the villi has been damaged, because you've got this inflammation going on. And so the nutrients aren't getting into your bloodstream. And so now you're suffering from nutrient malabsorption, right? That then leads to an immune response. Now, what do I mean by that? You would have seen in the video when it talked about what happens with leaky gut when things start seeping into your bloodstream that aren't supposed to be there, because of the loosened, tight junctions are no longer tight. So now things are getting into your bloodstream. Pathogens, toxins, food particles are getting into your bloodstream. So your immune system does what it was designed to do, which is to attack. It sees these foreign substances and it says, oh my God, we have an enemy invader, let's go to war. And it starts to attack. But the problem is that the body is attacking itself. So now you've got this immune response going on. Next thing you know, you're dealing with multiple food intolerances and GI tract issues as a result of this. And that then leads to autoimmune disease. The autoimmune disease then causes more inflammation in the intestinal tract, in your gut. So it's like this vicious cycle. And it just keeps spiraling down it just spirals on and on and on and on and on until you have some kind of full-blown non-communicable disease. And it all began in your gut. So you understand now why it's not worth it to continue to eat gluten? Why it's not worth it to continue to drink those beers and malts? You wonder why you got heartburn and you continuously eating these foods or drinking these things. You wonder why men who drink a lot of beers have what we call the bear belly, that big extended gut. That is because they are significantly damaging their guts. And that's why their stomach is extended. They got some major inflammation problems going on. Is it worth it? I would dare say no. So you have to stop doing damage to your gut, people. You just have to stop. Because if you don't, then you should expect to be sick. It's as simple as that. So that is my recommendation to you, that you make the changes that you need to make so that you can avoid damaging your gut, because that's what's going to cause you to continue to be sick. It begins with the gut. So when we come back from this break, we're going to look at the second point of the triangle, which is your blood sugar system, because that too plays a very significant role in ensuring your continued health. So we're going to look at blood sugar imbalances on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. The commercial was not done playing. Can we play that again, please? Because we need to get Tiki in there as well as...
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here. On this Wellness Wednesday, we're talking about the triangle of disease, the 3 systems of your body that form the foundation of all chronic non-communicable diseases. All, not some, all. When these 3 systems in your body go wrong, when something is off, when something is not functioning as it should, then it's going to lead to a chronic non-communicable disease. And it doesn't matter where in your body it happens, it's all degeneration. Okay? And so the idea is for us to understand that it's really very simple. If you want to be healthy, you got to make sure that these 3 systems in your body are working correctly. And if they are, then you will be walking in optimal health. The numbers to call, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, or our WhatsApp line, 824-9952, 824-9952. So in the first portion of the show, we talked about the digestive system. Now we're going to pay attention to the second and third points, which are the blood sugar system and your adrenal system. Let's go to clip number 5.
This is where you run into problems with blood sugar and juvenile diabetes or type 2 diabetes. They call it adult onset diabetes, but now they have to call it type 2 diabetes because kids are getting it. Blood sugar problems in children, obesity in children. We know it's a significant problem. So by the time a kid is 2 or 3 years old, he's got digestive issues and he's got blood sugar issues. These are all following a disruption in how the baby's digestive system or digestive tract is growing after birth. So you got the digestive breakdown, you've got the blood sugar breakdown, and then because you're not accumulating and gathering energy, and you're not releasing and storing energy appropriately, you're going to have issues allocating that energy, distributing that energy, and this is the third point on the triangle of disease, the adrenal thyroid complex. From the point where the adrenal glands and the thyroid become dysfunctional, following messed up blood sugar, technically called dysglycemia or prediabetes or even diabetes, and digestive health issues, you have the jumping off point to all health challenges.
Okay, so let's take a look at what it looks like when you have a blood sugar imbalance. Because again, when people hear blood sugar problems, they think, "Oh, I don't have diabetes. Oh, I don't have a problem with sugar." But you have these other conditions that indicate that your blood sugar is imbalanced. And what people need to understand is this. The doctor has a chart that indicates when you hit, okay, I'm not using the correct numbers. I'm just doing this as an example. Let's say the chart is from 1 to 10. And according to the doctor's chart, when you hit, say 7, that means that say when you hit 6, that means you're pre-diabetic. When you hit 7, it means you're diabetic, right? So you may go to the doctor and he runs the test on your blood sugar and it comes back as, no, let me do this again. 7 is pre-diabetic, 8 is diabetic, okay? You may go to the doctor and you may come back with your number as a 6. Balance is 5. But you're a 6. But because your number didn't hit 7, which the doctor considers to be pre-diabetic, he says your blood sugar is normal. When in essence, it's just above balance. So we're not talking about your blood sugar being to the point where you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, but that does not mean that you do not have an imbalance, because it's balance that we're trying to achieve. Okay? And how do you know when you have a blood sugar imbalance, even though you may not be hitting the threshold for what the medical professionals consider to be a problem? Okay, here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like when you have a blood sugar imbalance. Here are some of the symptoms that you may be experiencing as a result of a blood sugar imbalance. And again, some of these are going to surprise you. ADD or ADHD. Attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You know, some kids who always bouncing off the walls, and that's a blood sugar imbalance. Okay? Uncontrollable behavior, some of them, simple blood sugar imbalance, balance out the kids' blood sugar and the behavior changes. Adrenal failure. Well, we know now it's all connected, right? Anxiety could be a sign of a blood sugar imbalance. Here's one that surprises a lot of people. Bedwetting could be a sign of a blood sugar imbalance. Bipolar disorder is related to a blood sugar imbalance. Certain cardiovascular diseases, depression, diabetes, obviously. But here's a big one that a lot of people don't realize, that the problem stems from a blood sugar imbalance. And when I say a lot of people, including some doctors. Elevated cholesterol and triglycerides. You go to the doctor, they tell you you have a problem with high cholesterol. What do? They write a prescription for a drug to lower your cholesterol, treating a symptom. The cholesterol is high because of a blood sugar imbalance. If you balance out the blood sugar, the cholesterol levels will even out. The challenge with the statin drug that they prescribe is that it does its job of lowering your cholesterol. The problem with that, and I've said this many times, but it bears repeating, is that your brain, the white matter of your brain, which is 75% of the weight of your brain, is made from 90% cholesterol. So when you take that statin drug and it does its job of lowering your cholesterol in your body, it also lowers the cholesterol levels in your brain. You don't need to be a genius to figure out what happens after that. So again, as opposed to only focusing on the symptom, a smart approach would be to figure out what caused the symptom. In this case, blood sugar imbalance. So don't be surprised if you go to the doctor and they tell you you have high cholesterol, and then in the same breath they say, oh, your blood sugar is too high. They're connected. Fainting spells is another sign that you may have a blood sugar imbalance. Fatigue, chronic fatigue, hyperactivity, hypoglycemia. Infertility could be related to a blood sugar imbalance. Learning disabilities, migraine headaches, moodiness, narcolepsy, night sweats, obesity. Now, here's one that people don't realize. If you have a toenail fungus, that could be an indication that there's some blood sugar imbalance issues that you're dealing with. And I want you to understand something. When it comes to the triangle of disease and these systems, it's an easy fix. It's just a matter of, number one, stop doing the damage, and number two, getting you on the adequate nutrition that your body needs to fix these challenges. Because blood sugar imbalances is a nutritional deficiency. If you stop doing the damage, you give your body the nutrition it needs, your body will fix itself. These problems will go away. It's easy. I think we overcomplicate disease simply because we don't understand that it all boils back down to these symptoms, this triangle. If we fix the triangle, then the symptoms go away. It's as simple as that. But because we don't generally know that, we seem to overcomplicate things. How many people do you know that are taking 12 different medications, 6 different medications, because the doctor only focusing on trying to fix a symptom? So they go with this one problem, they get him something for that. They got another problem, they get him something for that. They get another problem, they give him something for that. And by the time they finish, you taking 8 different medications, 9, 10, 12 different medications. And then you got to take another medication to deal with the side effects of all the medications that you're taking. It doesn't make sense. And for the record, I am not, and I say this every single time because people could be special, only hear what they want to hear. So I say it every single time. I am not in any way trying to disparage medical doctors. They save lives. Thank God for doctors. They are brilliant when it comes to trauma care. They are great when it comes to some infectious diseases. Wonderful when you need surgery. Thank God for doctors. They save lives. But when it comes to non-communicable disease, chronic long-term disease, their approach is not the best approach. And if it were, then I dare say we would not have this pandemic of non-communicable diseases all the time. If their approach was working, we wouldn't be getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So maybe, just maybe, it's time for us to reconsider the approach. And as opposed to only treating a symptom, perhaps the time has come for us to look at this triangle, look at the root causes of the symptom. I don't know, maybe it's just me. To me, that makes sense. Unfortunately, medical schools do not teach about nutrition and the impact of nutrition on the body's ability to heal itself. So you can't blame them for what they don't know or believe in. And many of them don't believe in it because they haven't been taught it in medical school. So, doctors are always shocked when they hear stories like the client that I have who just came off of dialysis and had her kidney transplant surgery that was already scheduled canceled because we were able to get her body to start to act the way it's supposed to act with nutrition, reversing the damage. And her doctor's still scratching their head trying to figure out how this happened. They still in shock because they were not trained to understand that your body could do that. Because as far as they're concerned, once something goes wrong, all they can do is manage that symptom, manage that disease, as opposed to giving your body what it needs to fix itself. People, if you get nothing else, understand this. Your body is an incredibly intelligent machine. All we have to do is give it what it needs, stop doing the damage, and get the hell out of the way. God designed your body to know what to do to fix itself. You get a little cut on your hand, you don't have to pray over that and speak tongues over that and beg it to heal and hope it heal. If you're just moderately healthy, in a day or two, that thing starts to close itself up. You ain't have to figure out how to heal that little cut on your hand. Your body knows what to do. But we in the way. Because when I say we, I'm talking about, mainstream, medicine, because, this is what we learn in school. And so that's what we sticking with. All we got to do is give the body what it needs, stop doing the damage, and get the hell out of the way. Now, I want you to pay close attention to your digestive system. Remember now, the digestive system is responsible for gathering and accumulating energy, and energy is what it's all about. So as Ben Fuchs would have said in a previous clip, you can't grow without energy. We can't do any work without energy. We can't detoxify without energy. We can't do anything without energy. And your digestive system is the starting point. That is where the energy is gathered and accumulated through the digestive system. So right from the get-go, for many people, we have a breakdown in the process of gathering and accumulating energy. Then we get into the second point of the triangle, which is the body's ability to store and release that energy, which, as we now know, is the role of the blood sugar system. But if the digestive system is breaking down, immediately we're going to have a problem storing and releasing energy because we're not accumulating and gathering enough energy. And this is what runs us into problems with our blood sugar. And so you have to pay close attention to your digestive system. Let's go to the next clip.
Look for problems with foods. Look for bowel movement issues, gas, bloating, heartburn. Find them. If you don't think you have them, look for them. Because if you have a chronic degenerative disease, by definition, a disease that progressively gets worse, where you deteriorate over time, where you don't heal, almost by definition, you have to have a digestive health issue. And the fact that you don't notice it is not indicative of whether it is there or not. So it behooves anyone who's dealing with a chronic health issue, a degenerative health issue, to look for digestive problems. Not to make them up, but look for them, and then once you find them, associate them with foods. Whether those foods are grains and gluten or eggs or dairy or even healthy foods. A lot of times people think, oh, well, I'm only eating organic, or I'm only eating vegetables. I just have salads all day. Well, guess what? You can have a problem with broccoli. You can have a problem with tomatoes. You can have a problem with potatoes. You can have a problem with kale. You can have a problem with things that are ordinarily, under ordinary circumstances, we would think of as good food. So look for how you react to that food. And then simultaneously with looking for problem foods and eliminating those problem foods, you got to use nutritional support for the digestive tract. Chief among the nutritional supplements for the digestive system are probiotics and good bacteria. Also fermented foods, that's another good source of bacteria. Vegetables in general are good digestive salve foods. They soothe the digestive tract. Celery, spinach, kale, leafy vegetables. These are good sources of something called nitrates, which are very important for digestive health. They're also good sources of fiber, which are good for digestive health. Both fiber and nitrates provide an environment for probiotics and good bacteria to thrive in. So using vegetable juices is another great strategy for the digestive system. Using gelatinous kinds of substances, things like cartilage or aloe or noni, these all have a coating and soothing effect on the digestive tract. Likewise, glucosamine sulfate, which is ordinarily used to treat arthritis, or chondroitin, and these kinds of substances.
So the foods that you eat are very important. He talked about some good ones like foods that have a lot of gelatin. I know some people turn their nose up at it, but a great source of that is chicken feet. So if you're a person who eats chicken feet sauce, that's actually pretty good for you. Or fermented foods, very, very good for the digestive tract. So it's not just a matter of avoiding certain foods that I've already covered, but there are certain foods that are actually good for the digestive tract as well. Understand this, that once you heal your gut, then a lot of the food allergies that you have will go away. But you got to heal the gut first. And you see the commercial that plays on the show all the time for microbiome. It's a really great source. It's a really good product that has healing properties for the gut. So you have, in addition to your enzymes to help you digest your foods, you've got prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. And there's something in there called I-26, which helps to rid the digestive tract of pathogens, because pathogens love the digestive tract. You know, when your children, they talk about children having worms, that's where they live, in the digestive tract. So this has stuff in there that will help to kill all the stuff in there that's not supposed to be in there, all the bad stuff, all the pathogens that shouldn't be in there. Once you have a healed gut, you'd be surprised to know how many of those problems that you're experiencing will go away. In my case, my gut was severely damaged because of the long-term exposure to mold. If you're being exposed to mold, I'm asking you, your gut is damaged. Okay? Because that's one of the toxins that will wreak havoc on your gut. And one of the symptoms of being exposed to mold was excessive weight gain. I couldn't stop putting on weight. So for those of you who've known me for a long time, y'all know way back in the day I was the skinny girl. And then when I was going through the problems with mold, I gained over 60 pounds. Couldn't stop putting on weight no matter what I did. It wasn't that I was eating more or moving less. I just could not stop packing on the pounds. And I will do another show on another day about mold and how that affects the body. And that's one of the things that you may have a problem with. If you're being exposed to mold, you're going to gain a lot of weight because your body's trying to compensate for all of the toxins that you're taking in and it's storing them in fat cells. But that's another show. So I had gained all of this weight. And eventually I got out of the mold and joined the gym, and it was slowly coming off, but I was still eating gluten and oils. I was still eating it. And I knew that I shouldn't have been, but I was still eating it. And it was during the first long lockdown of 2019 that I decided, you know what? This is a good opportunity for you to really get rid of all the gluten out of your diet, because most of the times it was really when you go around your family and your friends and they eating all this stuff and everything has gluten and, you indulge and then, So I decided to cut it out. And I started taking the microbiome at the same time to heal my gut because I realized I had a very damaged gut. People, the weight literally melted away without exercise. And I'm not saying exercise is a bad thing. You need exercise. But the gyms were closed. So for the first week or two, I walk around my house a couple times. After that, I get tired of that. I stop exercising. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I did. But the weight melted away simply because I healed my gut and I stopped doing the damage. Weight literally melted away. All that excess fat gone. I am back now to the size I was in my 20s. Unbelievable. And I said to myself, if I didn't know it was this easy, I'd have stopped doing that foolishness a long time. I'd have got that out of my diet a long time. But it goes back to the point that I've been trying to make in terms of the importance of that triangle. I had to fix the first point on the triangle, which was my damaged digestive system. And once I did that, it affected all these other systems in my body to the point where that weight that I was having such a hard time losing, gone. I cannot stress the importance to you enough that you have to pay attention to these three systems of your body if you want to be well. There is no shortcut. There is no ignoring it, saying, well, I still eating, I still eating cake, I still eating bread, but I taking my vitamins. No. Either you in or you out. Either you want to be well or you don't. There's no gray area. You have to do what you need to do to heal your body or allow your body to heal itself. And the only way to do that is to stop doing the damage, get out of a toxic environment. If you're breathing in toxins every day, the toxin is eventually going to win, because like poor diet, there's only so much nutrition can do. If you're in a toxic, and if you're working in one of these government buildings where there's a lot of mold, there's only so much nutrition can do. So you got to get out of the toxic environment. You got to stop doing damage to your body. Move as much as you can. But if you do that and you nutrify your body, give your body the nutrition that it needs, it will heal itself. And many of these chronic conditions that we are now battling with in this country would be history. We're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we are going to talk about why it is important for you to watch your blood sugar levels, why that is an important part of this conversation. And then we're also going to talk about how to address adrenal thyroid issues. So stay with us. This is GPS. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Youngevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Youngevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM on this Wellness Wednesday. Michelle Malcolm in your company. And today we are talking about the triangle of disease. As you would have learned thus far, there are three systems in your body that form the foundation of all chronic disease when they go wrong. Those three systems, as a recap, your digestive system, your blood sugar system, and your adrenal thyroid system. Okay, so those are the three points that we need to be paying attention to, because once something goes wrong with one of those three systems, then it's like a domino effect, and it sort of causes other things to go wrong as well. So it makes sense for you to fix those three systems if you want to fix non-communicable diseases. So the telephone numbers to call if you have a question: 326-0271. 326-0271, 326-0271, or 326-0272, 326-0272. One more time, 326-0272, and our WhatsApp line, 824-9952. 824-9952 is the WhatsApp number. Okay, so we explained why the digestive system is important to pay attention to. The second point of the triangle, as you now know, is your blood sugar system. We talked about the symptoms of having a blood sugar imbalance. And just because you may not be at the threshold of prediabetes or diabetic does not mean that you do not have a blood sugar imbalance. So you have to understand that we are seeking balance. We're seeking balance. That's what we want. And so this is why you had to pay close attention to your digestive system. You should also very closely monitor and pay attention to your blood sugar system. Let's go to the next clip.
For all chronic degenerative diseases, from autoimmunity to cancer to heart disease, the second point is the blood sugar system. Stabilize the blood sugar. Eat less insulin spiking foods and blood sugar spiking foods, refined carbohydrates, even vegetable carbohydrates can be a problem. Starchy foods like potatoes can be a problem for some folks. If you notice that you bloat or you feel gassy after you eat these kinds of foods, almost guaranteed you're having a problem processing these sugary foods. If you feel tired after you eat foods, that's another indicator that you may have an issue with insulin sensitivity. Your insulin may be too sensitive or may not be sensitive enough. In fact, if you have a chronic degenerative disease, just assume that you have dysglycemia issues, dysglycemia being the fancy way of saying messed up blood sugar. Use nutrients to help your body process sugar, the B vitamins, chromium, vanadium, something called alpha lipoic acid, vitamin E, amino acids like taurine and arginine can be very helpful. Vitamin C can be important for helping your body process sugar, and the electrolytes, potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, and chloride. Best way to get all of these nutrients is with nutritional supplements, things like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and fresh fruits and vegetables, especially fresh vegetables. You might want to be careful about fruits. Fruits do have some good things in them, but modern fruits have been bred over the course of really millennia, thousands of years, certainly hundreds of years, to be super sweet. So you got to be really careful with your fruits. But vegetables and vegetable juices and vegetable soups, you can eat those all day long. In fact, we should be eating them all day long.
So I have a confession to make. When it comes to natural fruits, well, first of all, I don't buy sugar, right? I don't buy sugar at all. If I buy a sweetener, it'll be something like either monk fruit or stevia. And I use it. I don't use it very often. But I get all of my sugar naturally from fruits. And let me tell you, I have a confession to make. Mango season coming up. And it's already here for some trees. And there's this one particular place I go to get my mangoes. And I be eating 3 and 4 mangoes at a time. So, yeah, that's my confession. But I love the native fruits because we've been blessed in this country with a lot of superfruits that we just don't even check for. And you'd be shocked if you go and you read up the nutritional content of these fruits that we take for granted, that they're superfruits. So you got a lot of stuff probably growing right in your yard or your neighborhood that are really, going to help you with your nutrition. that I would suggest you take advantage of. And Google it if you're not sure what you're getting from that particular fruit. But if you are a person who has a blood sugar imbalance that you are aware of, be very careful with not overdoing it, so that you don't cause a spike. So a spike in your blood sugar levels. But you heard him talk about if you get tired after meals. That's his fancy way of calling it. We talk about having neuritis, right? I won't say the whole word. But you know what the neuritis is, right? You eat a typical Bahamian meal with a bunch of starch. You got your peas and rice and your potato salad and your macaroni and meat and this and the next all on one plate. And then you eat that, and after that you snoring. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. One of which is this. If you combine in the same meal animal protein and starchy foods, which is a typical Bahamian plate, then you're going to have a harder time digesting that food, because what it takes to break down protein in your system is neutralized by what it takes to break down the starch. So you're trying to digest this food, and as fast as you secrete the thing to break down the protein, then you secrete the thing to break down the starch, and then they balance each other out, neutralize each other, and then it's all over again. So your body requires so much energy just to digest that food. It literally will put you to sleep. So one of the first things you can do is stop combining animal protein and starchy foods in the same meal. Now, that's difficult to do in the Bahamian context, because we believe you got to have your starchy food right on the side of your meat. That's just how we eat. That's our culture. Well, try to minimize that as much as possible. Okay. Now, you will find that once you heal your gut and you get the blood sugar balanced out, you will have less of a problem with the neuritis. Okay. But if you eating big plates of food with animal protein and starch in the same plate, and you haven't fixed all of these issues, I guarantee you're going to have a problem with falling asleep after meals. And that's an indication that your body is working so hard trying to digest that food that it is literally putting you to sleep, so all of your energy can go into digesting that food. So that's a clear sign that you are dealing with a blood sugar balance problem. Okay, so be very careful of the combinations of foods. And if you go online, you'll be able to Google and type in something like food combination chart, and it will come up showing you what all foods are safe to combine with each other. So if you want to eat your starchy food, eat it. Just eat it with greens. Or if you want to eat your meat, just eat it with greens, just not at the same time. We have a caller on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Hey, Bishop.
Hi.
Suppose I just drink beers on the weekend. Is that bad or not too bad?
Suppose you just drink beer on the weekend?
Yeah.
I want you to replace the word beer with poison. And then tell me what you come up with. Suppose you only drink poison on the weekend.
You classify beer with poison?
You listen to the show from the beginning?
You think you made a little bit of beer?
No. Did you listen to this show from the beginning?
It's straight from 2 o'clock.
Okay, so then you shouldn't have to ask why I'm saying these things. I went into detail explaining to you what that beer is doing to your digestive system, did I not?
I need to talk about barley.
Well, what you think beer made from?
Yeah, that's only a part of it, right?
Listen, if you like it, let it kill you. As long as you keep drinking that, you damaging your gut. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no gray area. If you like it, let it kill you. But no, it's killing you. I gave you the knowledge today. Now, what you do with it is up to you. But
Okay.
if you drinking that, you are damaging your gut. There's no gray area here.
Okay, Dr. Malcolm.
I know, doctor. And I ain't trying to be no doctor. But I try to give you knowledge, though. You know? So it's up to you, man. If you want to drink a little bit of, there, every time you take a sip, just replace that word with poison. And then you decide what you want to do. Because some people is waited to drink that. If you gotta have it, if you like it, let it kill you. But no, it killing you. I went into great detail in the show about the triangle. The triangle is the foundation of disease. And the first entry point, the first point on that triangle is your digestive system. And if you are consuming gluten, you are damaging your digestive system. I don't care if you only do it once a week, once a month, you're damaging your system. That answer your question? He going it. Okay, I don't know what happened. I think we need to disconnect. Yeah, okay. That's like saying, I only a little bit pregnant. Either you're pregnant or you ain't. Ain't no in between. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. Not only, Troy is asking the questions, but aren't grains starchy? Troy, what I was saying is, I'm not saying that you can't eat grains. It's only 4 grains that are the problem: wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Now, corn and soy, they say you shouldn't eat corn and soy because of the genetically modified problem and because they're sprayed with Roundup. But corn and soy do not contain gluten. But you should avoid them because they are heavily genetically modified and heavily sprayed with Roundup, which causes cancer. But as far as gluten is concerned, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. I didn't say that you couldn't eat grains. It's just those 4 you need to avoid. There are plenty other grains out there for you to enjoy. Okay? Troy says, alcohol damages your gut, liver, and kidneys while killing brain cells. Yeah. So, if you like it, let it kill you, man. But no, it's killing you. Drink that with knowledge. Every time you take a sip, no, you damaging your digestive system. And if you damaging your digestive system, you're damaging the first point of the triangle of disease. So don't be surprised if later on you come down with something else. And don't blame the doctor for putting that on you. You put that on yourself. You wait for that. Okay? So, and listen, I understand, if that's what you enjoy, listen, ain't nobody loved guava duff more than me. It was extremely hard for me to walk away from that in the traditional form. Now I can make my own guava duff with gluten-free flour, and I don't have to worry about damaging my gut, inflammation, pain, all that stuff that I used to go through when I ate it. Okay? So don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to be well, don't do it. Now, if you figured, wait, you being sick, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. But it is what it is. Okay. So the third point of the triangle is the adrenal complex. And the best way to deal with the adrenal complex is to find ways to calm your body down. Let's go to the final clip.
How do you work on the adrenal thyroid complex? Well, there's a lot of ways, but the best way to do it is to calm the body down. The more calm the body is, the more relaxed the body is, the healthier and the more appropriate its allocation and distribution of energy will be. Lots of ways to do this. Slow, deep breathing is one great way. Massage is another great way. Naps are a good way. Meditation, Reiki, body work. These are all wonderful ways that you can relax the body. And when I say relax the body, a lot of it has to do with relaxing the muscles, the skeletal, the musculoskeletal system. For example, we carry a lot of tension in our face. So by relaxing the muscles around the mouth, relaxing the muscles around the jaw, which, by the way, the masseter muscle here is your strongest, most powerful muscle in the body. It's your bite muscle, and we tend to have a lot of tension here. Relaxing this jaw area, the mouth area, also the eye area. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the eyes. Simply by relaxing your eyes and taking a nice soft focus instead of a concentrated focus, you can almost instantly feel your body relaxing. Hot tubs, hot water, showers, Even a hot washcloth laid across the eyes can be wonderful ways to relax the body and improve the way it allocates energy. Now, the beautiful thing about working this way is there are no medical interventions. These are all things that you can do out of the comfort of your own living room. Another beautiful aspect of this triangle of disease is once you start working this way, you'll notice results quickly. In fact, if you employ a technique called biofeedback, you heard this term, biofeedback? It's when you actually pay attention to your body's chemistry, your body's the processes that are going on in your body, you'll notice that things are improving as you employ these strategies. For example, after we eat a meal that is problematic, after we eat foods that are problematic, after we eat foods that are somehow putting a burden on the digestive system, inflammation goes up. After we eat foods that are problematic, our pulse will start to raise. Our blood pressure may get higher. So if you start to work on your digestive system and you're applying biofeedback techniques where you're paying attention or becoming aware of your body's processes, you'll notice that if you have arthritis, for example, or if you have some kind of inflammatory health condition, you'll notice that you don't have pain or you don't have as much pain if you start paying attention to your digestive symptomology. You'll notice that your blood pressure will have a tendency to drop, to be reduced if you start paying attention to your digestive health. Likewise, with paying attention to blood sugar and watching your intake of refined carbohydrates and insulin or blood sugar spiking foods, you'll notice that your blood pressure will have a tendency to slow down. You'll notice inflammatory pain improves, and you'll notice you have more energy.
And who doesn't want more energy? Who doesn't need more energy? Bottom line is this, folks. There is no such thing as a chronic health degenerative disease that is not fundamentally on top of the triangle of disease. Don't forget that. So you can use the triangle of disease model to improve your health. Number one, eliminate the toxic bad foods. Work on the digestive system. Utilize fasting. Intermittent fasting is a wonderful thing. Eliminate foods that are problematic. Use probiotics and digestive enzymes to help you digest your food properly. Okay? Number two, stabilize your blood sugar. Work on your blood sugar system. Eat less or cut out altogether refined sugars. White flour. Look for gluten-free flour. Processed foods. Everything we eating coming out of the box. How about eating whole foods? Avoid sugary drinks loaded with sugar. Sodas and especially those juices from concentrate. If you see it says juice from concentrate, that ain't nothing but sugar and water. Okay? So you want to go with fresh squeezed. All right? But avoid sugary drinks, those juice cocktails and stuff, nothing but sugar. Use the adequate amounts of nutrition, vitamin B, in addition to minerals like chromium and vanadium and magnesium and selenium and zinc, etc., will help to balance out your blood sugar levels. And for the record, not all supplements are created equal. So you want to make sure that the supplement program that you're on is plant-derived, because if it is not, then the supplements that you are taking, chances are you're not absorbing very much from them, and that's pointless to be taking stuff that you're not absorbing anything from it. So you want plant-derived nutrition, like the nutrition found in Youngevity, and there are other companies as well, but it has to be plant-derived nutrition so that your body can absorb the nutrition from the supplements that you're taking. Okay? Very, very important. If it's not plant-derived, you're wasting time and money. Reduce stress in your life. Activate the relaxation nervous system. All right? Use nutrition, oxygen, coupled with mental and emotional relaxation strategies. And Ben spoke about some of those strategies in the last video that we played, how to relax, how to calm yourself. Okay? And remember that the triangle of disease, these 3 points affect all illnesses, but you can affect health changes by addressing these 3 systems of the body. Once you fix these 3 systems, everything else falls into place, as long as you're not doing ongoing damage. Okay? So practice deep breathing, meditate, find a little quiet closet to go into, pray, calm yourself, stay away from toxic things and toxic people as much as possible. Reconnect to the Creator, so that you can seek spiritual upliftment, because you need spiritual peace, you need mental stability, emotional stability. Just remember that drugs, and I'm not talking about the drugs that you buy in the street, drugs don't heal. What drugs do is they stop systems from working, or they control systems, but they don't heal. They don't get your body to fix itself. They simply manage conditions. That is very important for you to remember. Okay? So don't think that you're going to be healed of a chronic disease if all you're doing is taking medication. No, you're going to be on the medication for the rest of your life, because the medication isn't designed to heal you. It's designed to treat your symptoms, to manage your illness. And there's a big difference between the two. Okay? So I want to encourage you today to learn what you need to do to improve your health by focusing on the triangle of disease. We talked a lot about the bad foods that you should avoid. Good foods include eggs from real chickens, free-range chickens that are allowed to grow as God designed them to grow. Butter is fine. Lard, not Crisco. Lard is fine. Fruits and vegetables, organic, are important. Rice and beans are fine. Nuts, with the exception of peanuts, because peanuts are loaded with fungus and mold. If you are a meat eater, it should never be well done. It should be rare or lightly cooked, medium rare at best, at most. And organic poultry, wild caught fish and seafood are all good foods that actually can help your body, support your body's ability to heal itself. Okay? Remember, you can never out-supplement a poor diet. So, caller, if you want to keep drinking them beers on the weekend, know that you're damaging your body every weekend. And I often use this as an example. If you were to get a hammer, and every weekend you take that hammer, let's say you drink 2 beers a weekend. Every weekend you take that hammer and you hit yourself in the same point on the same place on the arm every weekend with a hammer, twice, every weekend. You keep doing that. And after a certain amount of time, you're going to need to replace that arm, because you would have done so much damage from repeating that same bad behavior over and over and over again. You're destroying the villi. You're making it difficult to absorb nutrients. And if you have a problem with malabsorption, you are going to have a problem with a non-communicable disease. Okay, so that is my time. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Just remember that your body knows what to do to heal. Your body's trying to heal. Your body wants to heal. We just have to give it the support that it needs to heal itself. You do that, you stop doing the damage, you get the hell out of the way. The next thing you know, you going in front of the church with a testimony about how the Lord healed you. And he does heal. And a big part of that healing is nutrition. I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for joining me on this Wellness Wednesday show. Tomorrow, we're going to do part 2 of what we started earlier this week. We know the Lord came to set the captives free. So why are you still in bondage? This is a very important show tomorrow as we go into Good Friday. I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.
This is 99.5 Global FM, your number one source for R&B in the Bahamas. Yeah.